No, because don't forget.
Did it stop halfway through?
Didn't it go black earlier?
The screen went as if you weren't using it.
Yeah.
I think you didn't press start.
I think you're probably right.
Yeah. Go again.
Let's go again.
That's fine. We can do this.
Shit, I'm so sorry.
Don't be sorry.
That's why I was really funny at the beginning, because I didn't think you'd press start.
Oh, you should have said something.
Have you pressed start now?
Yes, so press start now.
Oh, so what are we talking about? This is a much better intro. I'm just going to get my first sheet back up.
Oh yeah.
We'll smash through this.
We've had a slight production.
Yes,
issue.
exactly.
Yeah. Take two.
Damn, man.
Oh no.
This is number 2.
Number 2. Number 2. So sorry.
This has only happened once before.
It has.
Nikki took 1 week off.
I know, exactly.
Anyway,
Let's not curse it.
blame Nikki this week.
No, I
We're
don't have to
definitely on.
blame
We're
me.
definitely on.
Okay.
Popcorn Pundits.
Podcast.
Take 2.
Episode 43.
And a half.
My name's Peter James Ungar.
I am James Non-Pressing Jack Mulcrone.
I'm Nikki.
Yes, hi Nikki.
Let it go. Let it
Yes,
go.
the producer.
Who are
Excellent.
we, what we're doing, and why we're here, please?
We
gents?
are the Popcorn Pundits. We are a trio of silver screen lovers, not knowing anything about technology, but we love a good film.
I'm just checking.
Yeah, exactly. So on a weekly basis, we like to go to the cinema as often as we can. We like to inform you out there in podcast land what's going on at the silver screen, what's good, what's worth watching, what's not worth watching.
In our opinion.
In our humble opinion.
We give you our reviews of what we've seen at the cinema.
That's right.
James gives me a weekly homework film
That's
to
right.
watch.
Exactly.
And interrupts. I said and interrupts.
She's interrupting you by telling you she's interrupting. Yes.
And we have a quick run through the top 10.
That's correct. So this week we are going to be highlighting what's going on at the top 10. We're also going to be highlighting a certain film that we've seen at the cinema.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then Peter is going to be letting us know what he thought about his homework.
Awesome.
We've also had some great reviews in from some of our wonderful listeners as well.
Thank you very much. Keep those reviews coming in.
Brilliant. Shall I do it?
Please start with number 10.
Number 10 is Borderlands.
It is.
It's awful. So if you could please stop going to see it, then I'll never have to say that word ever again.
It was
which would be wonderful.
utterly disappointing.
See,
but
this
very,
is going
very...
to go one way. Everyone's going to go and see it, so it stays in the top 10.
Yes.
Oh, well, at least we've had an impact one way or the other.
Yes.
But don't go and see it. There's better things to see this week.
Absolutely.
Like number 9, Street 2.
Street
Yes.
2. What is Street 2, Nikki?
I think it's a sequel to a film.
It's a sequel.
Yeah.
Is it part 2?
It says the town of Chandri
Yes.
is haunted again. This time, women are mysteriously abducted by a terrifying headless entity.
Right.
Once again, it's up to Vicky and his friends to save their town and loved ones.
Vicky and his friends?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought that last time we did this.
But you didn't say anything.
No, I didn't, because I was
No.
going to let it go because it's a
You've got time.
yeah, because it's a Bollywood film. I just thought maybe that might be slightly
It's
racist.
a horror comedy.
It's
a
horror
what?
It's a what?
Horror-y.
Horror-y. It's a horror-y. What's
horror.
number 8?
Number
Peter?
8 is Twister. I'm just ruining the bits which have gone to the cutting room floor.
Twisting and shouting all the way along.
Twisters is number 8. We rated that as a 6.8. It was
We
kind of
did.
an average summer blockbuster, wasn't it?
Yeehaw!
Number 7, James went to see last week, is Inside Out 2.
I cried, I laughed.
And we gave it a 7.7.
We did indeed.
You were a bit ennui about it, weren't you?
Oh, yes, we were. Number 6 is Trap. We gave it a shitty 5, but
Yes.
someone might be adding to the scores this
Yes,
week.
mainly because he took his top off.
Yeah.
I think we've got 4 people adding to the score this
Bloody
week.
hell.
Nikki
Right,
1,
okay.
Nikki 2, Nikki 3.
Just hard its chest.
And Mrs. Hartlett.
Number 5 is Despicable Me 4.
Yes.
Which I won't be going to see this weekend.
No, you will not be.
Number 4, have you heard of Coraline?
No, I haven't. What's it all about?
It's a 15th century cartoon horror about a little girl who
Is it a
goes
horror-
into a
is it a
house and
horror
finds
family?
something which is, yes, a horror.
Is
It's a
it?
family horror film.
Is it? How do you abbreviate that?
Coraline. Coraline.
Horror.
Did you?
This episode's like an entire inside joke, isn't it?
It is, I
Absolutely.
love it. So, an adventurous girl walks through a secret door in her new home and discovers a strangely idealised version of her frustrating home, but it has sinister secrets.
Oh.
Family horror.
Yeah.
Horror.
That's what I
Horror.
said.
Horror, I like that.
Number 3,
Yes.
Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah, well, it's definitely worth a watch.
We gave it a 7.1.
We did
We've
indeed.
had another review, so that score could possibly change.
Awesome.
Okay.
Yes, definitely go and see though. I haven't seen It Ends With Us.
Yes. Well, I bet Mrs. Deadpool has. I bet Mrs. Deadpool has as well.
Yeah, I bet he has. Should we go on a date and go and see it together?
Let's do that.
We can hold hands and share popcorn.
We can. Can I wear the mole?
I don't know what that means. Oh, you're talking about her again, aren't
Yeah.
you? Yeah.
She's got a
Blake
great...
Lively's got a little mole on
She
her.
had, but it's
You're
big.
obsessed by it.
Yeah, I do like it.
Okay, good. It's a good thing.
Absolutely.
It's like a molly.
Yeah, but I didn't like it. I won't be mentioning it.
Molly. And then number 1
Yes.
is a film that we went to see this week.
It's Alien Romulus.
It's Alien Romulus.
It is indeed.
And I'm super excited to hear your review for this, James.
Are you?
I am.
So am I.
Yeah.
Shall we listen?
Should
Okay, so that's our top 10 at the cinema. We would recommend people go and see Deadpool. We'd recommend people go and see Trap. Go and see Inside Out, definitely. Twisters, if you've got a spare afternoon. Don't go and see Borderlands.
No, don't. I know a few people have been to see It Ends With Us,
Yes.
and I asked all of them to send me reviews, and none of them have.
Wow, you take them off your Christmas list then.
Yeah, I will do. I think that's unacceptable.
You are now no longer Peter's friend.
Already crossed off.
Unacceptable. Right,
Thank you.
let's
Tick.
crack on with Alien
Yes.
Romulus.
Yeah, we need to
Recording.
crack
definitely
on as
still
well because
recording.
we've got so many reviews we don't want to go over the hour.
Let's crack it on then. So, Alien Romulus is based between Alien and Aliens.
Which is the first and second instalment.
That's correct. So, my wife and I watched Alien again last week in preparation.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, we did indeed, yes.
And how did that settle with you?
I have to say, it is aged beautifully.
When was the last time you saw it?
Possibly about a year and a half ago.
Okay, because I'm really excited to revisit.
Honestly, and to watch this and then see the Alien Romulus directly after 2-3 days afterwards worked absolutely perfectly. So if you are going to go into the cinema to go and see Alien Romulus, check out Alien. I think it's available on Hulu. I think it's available on Disney, and I'm sure you can download it as well. But if you can,
What's
watch
that word you just said?
Hulu.
What's that?
Hulu?
Hulu.
What's that?
It's a TV channel
Yeah.
that streams films and things.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I should probably know that.
Yeah. Anyway,
Why have you never been recommending anything?
no
on
idea
Hulu?
why. Anyway, they just.
None of the movies have ever been on it.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
right. Okay.
It's not really worth it. I just got to watch it on Disney, it's fine. So, but I didn't want to say one, I wanted to say two, to get a balance. It's
Okay.
important. Other streaming channels that are available. So, and Alien 1, it's, as I said before, it's aged beautifully. The special effects, the lack of CGI, the lack of green screen, all those different bits and bobs like that, and the horror element, and it works perfectly. And it really just kicks off this incredible franchise of Alien movies. Now, I said like this last week that the Alien franchise is definitely segmented into 3 different categories. You've got the horror element, which is usually the jump horror, and a little bit of slasher going on there as well. You've got the action adventure, which is usually lots of bullets and lots of aliens being exploded, and lots of people going yeehaw and things exploding. And then you've got the sci-fi element, which is usually an element of lots of labs and lots of recreations of the aliens and lots of trying to get the aliens back to Earth. Spaceships, and all those different bits and bobs like that.
So this movie starts off,
Yes.
and it is the first 5 seconds of this
Yes.
film are absolutely beautiful because
Absolutely.
we saw a different trailer for this last week, didn't we?
We did.
When they were talking to the director and
right.
they were talking to some of the actors about the fact that there's no green screen in the production of this film.
Mm-hmm.
It's all back to original kind of stage sets
That's right.
and puppetry and all that type of thing, and that got me quite excited for you. I kind of thought that was going to
Oh,
be right
yes.
up your alley.
Very much so.
And then when the credits kind of disappear and the film starts,
Yes.
there's a spaceship entry which just gets you a little bit giddy,
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
it? It gets
Yeah.
you right between the balls
Yeah.
and the... Yeah.
It's. And what I love about the opening credits for this movie is that the pace it's in charge of its own pace. It's not rushing anything.
Oh, there's no rush in this film whatsoever.
And it's virtually no sound at all at the first start. For the first 2-3 minutes, there's no sound at all. It's literally just quiet and exactly nobody can hear you as screaming in space. It's beautiful little homages to that, and they introduced the concept of the initial spaceship that was blown up by Sigourney Weaver. is now in tatters, and there's obviously debris, and there's obviously frozen bits there, and there's obviously bits of aliens floating around, and so on and so forth. So the company decided to go to this exploded segment of a spaceship that Ridley's got, that they're going to be just blown up, and take away those elements and bring them back to their own planet, or bring them back to their own spaceship, start defrosting things, and start doing nasty corporate things with the aliens.
Yes.
Yes. Because the aim goal always is bring the aliens back to Earth and use and recreate them for warfare.
Correct.
That's all. That's the ongoing message. Absolutely. All the way through.
So where does this film start? Where are we with this?
Well, we start with what you've got the opening scene where they are taking the frozen element of the alien, bring them back to the spaceship, and they start defrosting things, and then it cuts away to a young group of disgruntled mining, slightly early 20s characters, always British accents, on a mining planet, living life not to their full expectations, not very happy on this mining planet, desperately trying to leave the mining planet after they've been given a certain quota for how much time they have to mine in this planet for before they're allowed to leave, because obviously you need to mine for a certain amount of time on this planet.
Certain number of years.
That's correct, before you're given a quota.
And then you get a travel permit to be able to go wherever you want to go.
100%. So, and that goalpost keeps being moved, and it's obvious that they're never allowed to leave this planet because the mining company have decided that these people are going to stay on the planet forever.
Okay, so my first question about this film.
Mm-hmm.
Am I old?
Yes.
Or is the cast too young?
No.
That's not the answer. That's not an answer to that question.
It is.
It's not. It's not. It's
you
one
ask
or
the question, I give you
other.
you ask the question, I give you the answers. No, realistically, what I love about this film, initially, particularly for the first 2-3 acts, yeah, exactly, yeah, is that it is a young group of 20-somethings that are disgruntled, they're unhappy, they're working in the mines, they're desperately trying to get off this planet, and they're using any way they can to get off this planet.
I just felt, right at the beginning, when I first started watching this, it felt a little bit Scooby-Doo. It just felt a little bit like they were like teenagers and
yeah, I do believe that's your age, though. I think it really is, because I think if you were watching a classic horror on planet Earth,
yes,
okay, and they were all that age, you wouldn't have even thought about.
Yeah, it was more the fact that I never kind of remember Ripley appearing to be that young. You know, that's kind of where I was kind of going with it.
It'd be interesting to see how old Sigourney Weaver was.
Yeah, it would.
In the first Alien movie,
because it's very likely it's just the fact that I'm old.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm watching a film now from a different perspective from when I was 20. But yeah, I must admit, when I first started watching it, and I have to say, during the course of the film, it bothered me less and less and less and less.
See, you've mentioned this before in the past, that you felt that this movie got better for you. You settled into the movie
an hour ago, James.
Yeah, you settled into the movie, and you became comfortable with the characters, and you became comfortable with the storyline.
It took me a significant amount of time.
Yeah, I felt the opposite. I felt I was immediately comfortable at the beginning. I felt like I was in a really, really happy place. The special effects and the actual physical aspects of the planet, the physical aspects of the spaceship, the physical aspects of the initial aliens warmed my cockles of my heart, and I was very, very excited. Unfortunately, the third and the fourth act diminished that to one side, threw it over the fence, and gave me the middle finger.
There was just one scene where Rain got a gun for the first time, where it just felt like Ghostbusters.
I know what you mean.
And I was just like, oh, I don't know that works. I don't know that I'm scared of her. And yeah, I was certainly terrified of Sigourney Weaver.
Yes.
But there was loads of great bits in this film, wasn't there? I thought the casting was absolutely spot on. By the time I'd kind of got used to the characters they were playing and what they were, actually, they were really good.
Yeah.
And there's a really good bunch of different personalities within the group.
Yeah, there's subsections of different cultures. The introduction of the new synthetic was beautiful. I think he's my favourite character of this entire film.
David Johnson is
he was absolutely brilliant, because during the movie his personality has to change for several different reasons, and it's not done in a hammy way. It's done in a really, really clever way.
So good.
Yeah.
The acting's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
It's really, really good.
And you believe he's an alien. You believe he's a synthetic all the way through this film, and it's done so very well.
Well, when you first see him, you feel like he's a person with special needs. It's like, you know, he comes across like educationally subnormal.
Absolutely.
And then you kind of suddenly realise, and you're just like, oh right, he's a synthetic.
Exactly.
And like, you know, that kind of
broken
the personality and plot changes which go along with him Oh, yeah, brilliant! Really good.
Very, very clever. And I have to say, the face huggers were fantastic. I mean, we've spoken about this in the past. The tiny homages and the little elements that have references to previous Alien movies. The angle of the original Sigourney Weaver and the Xenomorph in Alien 3, that was replicated again by the modern Xenomorph and the modern female character, and that angle was absolutely perfect. The use of the X-ray machines to show the growth of the aliens inside the human beings, that's beautiful as well. That was done so well. But the third and fourth act just let me down gigantically.
Well, they had to add something different.
They
did.
but
they had to change something.
But we've said many times before, personally and professionally, sometimes to do something for the sake of it, sometimes can be detrimental to the whole thing.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. They did it for the sake of it, and there's no need for it. Naughty director.
Okay.
And talking of naughty, I don't want you boys going over the hour.
Thank you very much.
Before I ask your scores,
Yes.
What day would you watch this?
Friday.
100% Friday night movie.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
Perfect. Scores on the doors, please.
I'm giving it a 7.7.
Ooh.
What are you giving it, Petey McPete?
Right, I think we should ignore the fact that we did a recording and it went wrong, and
Yes.
we're doing this again, because you need to talk about your score and do it like you did last time, because
Yes.
I thought that was really fascinating, and I thought that was the best thing about our review last time.
What did I say?
So what I said
Yes.
was that I started scoring this film within the first 15-20 minutes
yes.
as a 5.
Yes.
And my appreciation of this movie actually appreciated the whole way through it. And my appreciation level stopped at 7.8.
Yeah, you see, I started at a 9.
Yeah.
And the first half an hour, I was so excited.
You had a 9 on here, didn't you?
Yeah, I was so excited. And as the time went along, particularly, and the third and fourth act just chopped that away, and sadly, it went down to 7.7.
But that's a 7.8
Yes.
collectively and divided by 2.
Exactly.
Sorry, Nikki, I did that by mistake. It's
7
almost
point-
like I'd experienced it before.
7.75, but we're rounding up 7.8.
7.8. Yeah.
However, we have had a review in from Lawrence.
Have we?
So that score may change. But before I review, would you like some facts?
Yes,
before
please.
Before Lawrence's review, would you like
Go
some
for it.
facts?
Yes,
Go for it. What you got for
please.
Okay, so this will come as no surprise, as you've already heard it. But the director...
They're really good, though. They're really good.
The director sought out the special effects crew from Aliens 1986 to work on the creatures.
Seriously?
You could really see that though in the first half of the movie.
yeah.
You could definitely see it.
And with referencing previous films,
Yeah.
the film's production draws not only on previous films in the series, but also on Alien Isolation, which is the 2014 video game.
Nice. I've never played that.
I haven't either. Kaylee Speeney said that the film takes place between Alien and Aliens.
Yeah.
It takes place in the year 2142,
Yeah.
which is exactly 20 years after Alien,
Right.
which is situated in 2122,
Yeah.
and 37 years before Aliens, which is 2179.
That fact is like your idea of hell, isn't it?
Yep, dyslexic KO. A couple of quick other ones. The film was originally scheduled to be released on Hulu.
What's Hulu?
But it was switched to a theatrical release in June 2023. The film was shot chronologically, and
Yeah.
he said choreography then. And the director used remote control soundboard connected to the loudspeakers around the set to spook the cast during shooting. And it contained various sounds,
Like?
not of what you're thinking.
All right.
Of the
Hubba, hubba, hubba.
xenomorphs and of alarms. And did you know there was also Alien the Play?
No.
Yeah, so it was based off the original 1979 film, and
Yes.
it's adapted and directed and premiered on March 19th, 2019 at North Bergen High School. It was originally going to have one more performance of March 2019, and after that the students thought they were done. However, due to popular demand, Sigourney Weaver and the original film director Ridley Scott,
Yeah.
an encore performance was shown on the 26th of April 2019. So a high
Those
school-
two love a horror, don't they?
Don't they?
a high school in America made a play of it. And Sigourney Weaver was 30 when she was in the first Aliens.
Okay, so she'd probably be about 2-3 years older than the rest of the characters. But don't forget, the characters on that ship, okay, they were salvage team. The characters on the planet, they were just young miners. They were miners.
That's a joke that you realised you'd made rather than made.
So, would you like to hear Lawrence's review?
Yes, please.
Okay, so this is from Lawrence.
Hi,
Go on,
Popcorn
Lawrence.
Pundits. Hope you are well. Here is my quick review of Alien: Romulus, which I went to see at the weekend. The opening scenes on the sort of the planet bit, basically, that all really wound me up. So for about the first sort of 20 minutes, I was sitting there. I wasn't very happy. Gave a bit of an insight into the working culture in the future, where people get their hours doubled sort of every 5 minutes. They're still taking canaries down coal mines, apparently. I mean, I don't know why they can't just make these synthetic humans and just stick them with a new directive to go down the mine until their batteries run out. But anyway, that all kind of really wound me up. And then they... the main character, Rain, just suddenly found some friends. Well, obviously she had some friends, but they had a spaceship and they just sort of blasted off into orbit without any kind of people trying to stop them. I don't know, that all kind of got on my nerves a little bit. Anyway, when they got into space, everything was kind of fine. The aliens all picked up and things started to kick in. Didn't really like the sort of the CGI kind of character that they kind of called back from the Alien film. That kind of that also wound me up a little bit. But overall, great action, good addition to the kind of the film universe. I thought the ending was a little bit gross. Kind of reminded me a little bit of Men. I know Peter will have enjoyed that bit in particular, but that kind of grossed me out a little bit. Overall, did we really need another Alien film? That was a line that I read on another review. Not sure, but I enjoyed it. I give it a 7 out of 10. Hope you will. Cheers,
7?
He always makes me want to change my score.
He didn't enjoy it.
Yeah.
Not as much.
Do we need another Alien movie? That's a
Yes,
really...
we do.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
So
I think
that-
you might get more.
That makes the score 7.5.
Right, okay then. Thank you very much, Lawrence, for your review.
Yeah, thanks, Lawrence, and thank you for your colon.
Yes, I did tip off the canary thing earlier on. And we were talking about the canary thing earlier on, and there is a theory that the canary was a digital canary, and it was a homage to the way that humans were thought about going down into the mines, and they were just...
Like their lives didn't matter.
Exactly.
But that's why they took canaries.
That's right. But they weren't really... I don't think they were really canaries, I think they were digital canaries.
I think we're putting too much on the canaries, to be totally honest with you.
What else you got for us?
So Tom has sent us I believe it's 2 reviews. One of Deadpool.
Yep.
He's re-reviewed it.
Right.
And he has also reviewed Trap.
Oh, has he now? Go on, Tom. Hopefully you're something cheery this time.
Did he have a snack before
1,
he
2, 1,
reviewed?
2. Hello, Popcorn Pundits and listeners. Tom Brown here once again. Before I start, I would like to apologise for my slightly naive review of Deadpool and Wolverine about a couple of weeks ago. James
Is he
was
driving
correct.
while he's...
Yeah.
I was in...
Either he's doing this with
I didn't feel
metronome.
like I was in a bad mood, but I was most likely in a bad mood. So I thought, you know what, sod it. I'm going to go and watch it again, knowing what's going to happen, knowing what's in it, what's going to happen. And do you know what? Oh, 1 second. Fuck. Sorry, what's it?
Careful, Tom.
Just trying to... Give me 1 second.
That's it. No, I'm joking. There's another one as well.
Apologies about that, pundits. James was right. I was in a bad mood, so I thought, sod it, I'm going to go and watch it again. And I bloody loved it. It was awesome. Yeah, I obviously didn't like the whole Rob thing, but do you know what? I knew what I was going into now, and I loved it. Almost cried at the end. Thought it was brilliant. Peter, I've got to change my vote to a 7. It's a solid 7 now. Really, really good film. After that, I saw the film Trap. Now, I've already seen your review,
I thought it was a brilliant film. I was on the edge of my seat. So was the old lady to the left of me. She was on her edge of the seat. She fell off it at one point as well, poor sod. But I really enjoyed it. It was good. I love the photography where they were both looking at each other and they were looking straight or just slightly off the camera, which really looked cool. I really enjoyed that. And I thought it was really good. However, and I do have to admit, I did get this point off one of the viewers of Trap. You know, the scuttlebutt at the end where, you know, everyone's standing up and they're about to leave. Yeah. The guy did say, one of the guys that viewed it said, I wish they used that code name of Hamilton a bit more. Because the only time that was used was when he was at the top of the building. That was it. That should have been used a bit more. But apart from that, really loved it. I need to go and watch Knock at the Cabin. And I saw Old, which is the one where they're on the beach. That was bloody brilliant as well. But yeah, I'm going to rate it a good 9 out of 10. It beats Civil War. And it beats Argyle.
And Argyle.
Deadpool Wolverine. I've had the soundtrack in my entire head since I saw it on Friday. I'm going to go and see it again, I reckon. I do want to see that Borderlands one as well. And there's another one that I want to see. I think it's called Twisters or something. But yeah, Popcorn Pundits, here's a happy Tom Brown. Gonna say bye. Take care.
There you go. Thank you very much, Mr. Tom Brown.
Thanks, Tom.
Thanks, Tom. I'd like to think we've converted him slightly.
Is he going to come back next week and do a proper review of Trap? Then,
do you know what? I think he gave his version of how he felt about Trap. I don't think you should review other people's reviews.
I'm going to start a new podcast. That's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to review other people's reviews.
That takes the Deadpool score down to 7.9.
Does it?
Sorry, not down.
Up to 7.9. I don't mind that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Peter's verified that. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
okay, and so
there you have it. So you've had a review of
Alien Romulus.
Sorry,
Alien : Romulus.
Exactly, of the three of us, and we've also. Oh, hang on a minute.
Yeah, I know. So you've got 2 scores that you're missing out on here.
Yeah. However, somebody else went to see Trap.
Yes, me and my best friend Bianca.
Okay, so what we got?
Well, Bianca.
Were you not the old lady sat next to Tom? I thought that was you. I thought it was being derisory.
On the edge of a seat.
So Bianca has written in her review.
Hi, Bianca.
Hey, B.
Apologise in advance because she's extremely intelligent. Has probably used a lot of big words, and obviously me being dyslexic will probably not be able to read them all.
That's fine. We'll go with it.
So she said a good entry-level thriller.
Right.
So before
entry-level thriller.
Before I carry on, she's never really seen thrillers before.
Oh, right.
That's not. So
Where's she been?
She's a newbie to the whole thriller world.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't mean Michael Jackson.
Right.
She said, while the first hour is quite tepid, its most of key information is revealed in its trailer.
Tepid, I like that.
The remaining 40 minutes is a roller coaster of plot twists, moral dilemmas dealt with in intriguing ways, and salient details cleverly presented through careful use of camera angles. While there are numerous problematic inconsistencies in the film, such as a would-be murder weapon being touched by the FBI officer's bare hands, and various other...
She went there straight away, didn't she?
And various other would never happen moments, which
Right.
I will elaborate on personally later. Trap is an enjoyable film with excellent acting and ultimately makes your heart beat faster and wonder what on earth the protagonist will do next.
Wow.
Thanks, Bianca.
Thanks, Bianca.
She has given it a 6 out of 10.
So she hyped it up and then gave it a low score.
No, I think she...
I think that's a decent score.
Yeah.
She then also said... she sent me a review that someone's put on, I think, IMDb,
Right.
who's saying this person had a very good point. Says, the man is a genius at problem solving. He can design a remote carbon monoxide mobile release system, yet when faced with a locked bathroom door, he can't get through it. A bit later, he's able to remove a spoke from a bicycle without onlookers noticing, then uses it to pick handcuffs. Where was your genius brain when the bathroom door was stopping you?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, to be fair though, I think that exact moment he was still trying to have a certain level of composure, and he was shouting through the bathroom door. So I think I think you've got to give him some slack on that element.
Oh, I just think there are so many inconsistencies and it doesn't matter.
Okay then. Nikki,
Yes,
you went to see it.
I did with Bianca.
What would you like to say about the movie before we finish?
There was one particular scene in it which for me was 10 out of 10.
Was it the end?
No, it was the bit where Josh Hartnett had his shirt off. It was amazing. He
Was
has
it?
aged like an exquisitely fine wine, in my opinion.
Corked.
The rest of the film, however, I have issues with.
Okay.
First of all,
Yes.
when the gig finishes,
Yes.
it's broad bloody daylight. What gig have you been to recently where the headline act finishes in broad daylight?
Well, actually, I think you'll find out now with like the teenage concerts people go to, they actually start early.
Yeah.
They start
Taylor
early.
Swift,
week.
she starts at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, but then because she does so many bloody songs, she finishes at 10 at night when it's dark. If you were to go to a gig, even if you had access all area, the suppliers and the merch stand would not let you go backstage with them to look at stock.
No, I mean, he asked me to help him out. We'll just come along.
Yeah, but it wouldn't happen in
It
real
wouldn't
life.
happen. No, that's what I'm agreeing with you.
a film.
Also, what artist, manager, or even pop star themselves would agree to let this gig go ahead if it's meant to be a trap?
Exactly.
Why would you put your artist or yourself in that situation?
Well, because of the butchers out there, and they've got to be careful, and they've got to find the butcher. That's what they're going to
Yeah,
do.
but
It's nonsense.
It's nonsense, thank you. And when there's a scene where there's some stairs come up out of the ground,
Yeah.
because she's doing a duet with some male singer.
I did quite like that scene, to be quite... And he's staring in it, he's there going, you could go down there, couldn't we?
Yes, but however, as the guy is coming up on the stairs,
Yes.
the young girl, the daughter, is filming.
Yes.
However, she's not because her phone is turned off.
Yeah.
So that's an issue for me. And for me personally, I feel like if you haven't seen like thrillers or those kind of suspense, scary movies,
Right.
then it's a good introduction. But
Right.
for me, I wouldn't class it as thriller at all.
No. What would you class it as?
It was quite funny.
You'd class it as a...
I don't know.
As a... thriller.
I don't think it's thriller at all. I don't
That's difficult, wasn't it?
there was no jumpy bits, there
Okay.
was no scary bits.
Right.
So I don't know, what category would you put it in?
Don't know. What score are you going to give it?
I did, however, give it a 7 because I would watch it again.
Okay.
I'm just going to add up the scores.
Which little bit would you watch again?
The bit with Josh Hartnett's top off.
What time's that on?
It's about an hour and
Is it about,
28 minutes in.
is it about the same time when Matey Boy in Twisted wears the white t-shirt?
Yeah.
Probably about the same sort of
Who
time,
wears
isn't
a
it?
white t-shirt?
You'll find it out. When you watch Twisted, you'll see it.
Oh, I'm not going to
Right.
watch Twisted.
So you're adding that score, and you're going to divide it... and
By 5.
By 5.
And that gives it a 6.58, so a 6.6.
I'm not happy about that.
6.6. Let's get
Anyway,
close.
there we go.
There you go.
We'll blame Josh Hartnett's chest for that.
Yes. Thank you very
Fair
much.
I
enough.
mean, if it was just an hour and 45 of Josh Hartnett, it would be a 10 out of 10.
Okay, I'm glad it wasn't.
Yeah, me too.
Shall we move on? Oh,
One
no,
more
it's not.
point. There is a point where his moustache is sometimes really thick and other times it's really thin. So the continuation with that isn't very good either.
I have the same problem.
What, with your moustache?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
I mean, I never know who's going to turn up.
Exactly.
Right, yeah, let's move on, shall we?
Yes.
Are we ready?
We're ready.
We're ready. Let's do it. So, on a weekly basis, I'd like to give Peter a little bit of homework, and I'd like to point out to him about a film that perhaps he hasn't seen before at home, or perhaps seen it at the cinema. Last week we had a roaring success with There Will Be Blood. I'm hoping to continue with its success with the dystopian movie Children of Men.
Children of Men, yeah. Absolutely.
Peter, over to you for Children of Men. Where did you stream it from, and etc., etc., etc.?
I think this was just on Sky. I can't remember actually,
I think
to be honest with you.
Yep.
But it's a Certificate 15, made in 2006. It's 1 hour and 49 minutes long.
It is.
So this is directed by Alfonso Cuarón, who one of my friends has worked with actually, and he works on Gravity with him.
Okay, it's a sound thing.
Yeah, who's an avid editor, but anyway, there we go. So this film has, it stars Clive Owen,
Yes.
who's really annoying,
Yeah.
and generally in life, and Julianne Moore, and
Who's not annoying.
Michael Caine. No, Julianne Moore's quite cool actually.
Michael
I
Caine's
quite
brilliant
like
in this as well.
So you said this for me last week, and I was instantly kind of switched off, and then as I kind of walked home,
Yes.
I was kind of thinking, actually, I think maybe I have seen this.
Right.
And I think maybe I have seen this,
Yes.
or I've seen a bit of this,
Right.
and then didn't watch the end of it.
Right.
But I did watch all of it this time.
Good.
Okay, and
I'm
this is
so
based-
glad.
Yeah, so we are in dystopian England,
We are.
the entire human population has become incapable of reproducing.
That's right.
And they have been incapable of reproducing for the last 18 years. This is kind of highlighted at the beginning of the film when the youngest human on the planet dies in an accident.
Is it Diego or something like that?
Diego, yeah. And the world is mourning Diego.
That's right, because he's like a superstar because he's the youngest person on the planet.
Yeah, absolutely.
Last person to be born, basically.
Yeah, exactly right. And we're kind of introduced to Clive Owen's character, who is Theo Theron, and he's basically an activist against the regime.
That's right.
Well,
not at that point.
Well, he is historically.
Historically,
yeah,
yes,
he is historically. And basically, England is the last civilized country left on the planet.
Yes.
However, it is run with too tyrannical rule, isn't it?
1984.
Yeah, exactly. So basically, all the immigrants are being shipped back from whence they came.
Yeah.
And basically, you're not really allowed to do anything, are you? You said something to me earlier on, didn't you? Where this film kind of has a real kind of resonance with what's going on in the world
What's terrifying
today.
about this film is that it was filmed in 2006. Now, there was obviously immigration issues at that time still, and there was obviously, there was recession and so on and so forth. But now it just seems even more apparent. It is even more because of the anger towards the immigrants, the anger towards anybody trying to just basically come into the country, and the
segregation
absolutely.
and the different treatment of different people of different nationalities.
That's right.
Was it's pretty abhorrent in this, isn't it? It's really awful. Anyway, so Clive Owen's character Theo is kidnapped by a group of activists.
Yeah, I would say so.
12 Monkeys type of thing.
I like that.
Yeah, and that kind of group, and the head of this group is Julianne Moore, who happens to be an old flame of Theo's. Yeah, and he's introduced to a secret.
That's right.
And the secret is...
It's an old movie. I think you can give the secret away.
A pregnant lady.
That's right.
Yeah. And
first one for 18 years.
Yeah, to be fertile and to be pregnant with a baby.
That's right.
And I forgot a little bit, which was basically that Theo's character... what is the relationship between Theo and Jasper? So Jasper is played by Michael Caine.
That's right.
And he is a cartoonist, a newspaper cartoonist.
Yes.
And his wife...
Think Private Eye.
Yeah, but who's the famous cartoonist from the Times? They were drawn by Steve Bell, who's an award-winning political cartoonist for The Guardian. Okay, that's what I meant. And his wife was a journalist.
That's right.
And I think maybe they just knew each other because of that.
Yeah, I don't think
the relationship was
initially. I thought he was his dad.
Yeah.
To start off with, but no,
it's that kind of It's
very very close relationship.
It's a lovely relationship, and I've got to say, Michael Caine's character as this kind of old hippie,
he's amazing.
Yeah, he's really good in this. I've got to say, he's really.
It's very rare that you see him so fluid and so free.
At ease, yeah. He's just totally at ease, and he's not hammy in any way, shape, or form. And I just thought he was really, really good in this. And there are probably another handful of English actors and actresses that you would probably recognise from other bits and bobs. And there is basically the second half of this film is trying to get this pregnant lady to safety.
That's right.
And that's the film.
That's it. It's a very simple plot, and it's more of a case of who do you let know that she's pregnant? How safe is
who
the
do you
journey?
trust?
Yeah, exactly. Where is it, and also there's an end goal, and they're not even quite sure if the end goal really exists or not.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, absolutely. So the good news is I didn't hate this film like I did the first time, or I kind of think I will now remember it. And I've definitely seen all or parts of this before, and I can't remember why or what. How come I haven't seen the whole thing or don't remember the whole thing? But I thought it was all right. I thought it was pretty decent actually.
Good.
It's the only thing I would say is because we now get so many. Box sets of series that are so full of content. This felt like an episode rather than a film to me. It felt like it wasn't like the complete story of everything. It felt like it lacked a little bit of backstory, and it lacked a little bit of end or follow on. And
I'm with you.
but it's a snippet in time. It's if you imagine a really good episode of The Last of Us,
Yeah.
that's the kind of content that we're looking at
Absolutely.
here. I mean, it is only an hour and 49 minutes long.
That's right. So it could have easily been an episode in that respect.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's a perfectly great episode. But as in terms of, is it a masterpiece feature film and is it a suitable follow-on from There Will Be Blood? It doesn't match up to those levels by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah.
But that's fine. We're not going to find many films that that match that level of quality. So I gave this a 6.8.
Okay.
And that's a 6.8 of. I don't think it has aged fantastically well.
Do you think so? I thought it could have been released next week quite easily.
It's that whole thing of like the time where the film is now currently being in. So it's like 2027, wasn't
That's
it?
right, yeah.
Yeah.
It's very close to where we are now. So
Yeah, I
you
know.
do tend to notice the differences. Like they use a lot of kind of older cars,
Yeah.
and they're clearly older cars from 2006 rather
Yes.
than older cars from now. And but I mean, other than that,
There's no Teslas.
no, but you understand what I mean,
with
though.
you.
Yeah.
And so the aging and that kind of aspect doesn't quite work, but the plot works really,
Yeah.
really nicely. And actually, you said don't judge Clive Owen,
Yeah.
go with him.
Yeah.
It's going to be all right. It's all right.
I think he's more weirdly, although he's the main actor. I think he's kind of almost like supports the movie going along. I think the likes of Michael Caine and the likes of Judy Moore, I think their characters are more apparent.
I think why I dislike him less in this film is that he plays a very broken human being.
Yeah.
He's an alcoholic,
Yeah.
and he's a man of questionable morals and ethics, and I think that makes me like him more.
Yeah, and I think he's put in a position where he has to make the right decision, whether he wants to or not in certain cases as well. So you're right. He's not the great hero. He's just put in a situation where he just has to carry on.
Yeah, he's quite an anti-hero in this, isn't he? Really, and he is put in some moments of extreme horror.
Yeah.
and he deals with them.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Good.
so well done. Thanks.
Good.
Good recommendation.
Thank you very much.
Couple of facts.
Yes, please.
So on IMDb, it's rated 7.9 out of 10.
Oh, okay.
What do you think the Rotten Tomatoes score is?
Oh, I'm taking high. I think this has been really well regarded amongst the geeks, the
People who actually know what they're
the
talking
film
about.
geeks of the world. And I would say Rotten, and I always trust Rotten Tomatoes. I would say Rotten Tomatoes have given it a high 80s.
It's actually 92. It's available on Prime Video if you have a subscription, and on Apple TV for $3.49. Would you like some quick facts?
Yes, please.
So, writer and director stated that he didn't want to make a film that ends when the credits roll. He wanted to make a film that, when the final credits roll, it's really the beginning of the film.
It's almost like I can review a movie.
Exactly.
How about that?
Almost every shot contains an animal, and it's usually a dog. And the cover of Pink Floyd's album Animals features a floating pig.
Yes.
Yeah, outside
Above
Battersea
Battersea,
Power Station.
Yeah.
The Ark of Arts in the movie. This pig can be seen when Theo's car enters the Ark, and
Yeah.
later when Theo speaks to his cousin.
That's right.
But what is the connection with the Pink Floyd album and the floating pig?
You should know this.
Well, it's obviously no brick in the wall. It's obviously. Well, the floating pig was outside the Tate Modern for a long, long time. It was there, and that was the first thing I noticed when it was in. It was. You have to.
Okay, so the album was released in 1977.
1984.
And the movie is set in 2027, which will be the LP's 50th anniversary.
Nice.
Which I think actually is very clever.
I think it's slightly tenuous.
And Theo does not use or even touch a gun at any point throughout the entire movie.
It's an action movie without the action hero actually
Yes, he's got
doing the
he's got his
action.
hand on a whiskey bottle the whole time.
Usually it was secrets.
And
Yeah.
that's your facts.
Thank you very, very much. And what score have you given it again, Peter?
6.8.
6.8. So that's Children of Men, 6.8. The dystopian, I think, super real film that is quite...
It's definitely worth a watch. And my score would probably be high if I didn't hate Clive Owen.
Fair comment. There you go.
Do you not think he gives a bit Nicolas Cagey vibes,
Not at all.
looks wise,
No.
in this? Oh, I think he does.
No. However, that was a straight no, wasn't it? There wasn't even a discussion.
That was
there.
a double-barreled no.
So we no longer have a producer on this podcast.
No.
Please.
No. However, before we wrap up the papas, films for next week, I'm going to go and see Blink Twice.
You're not saying Peter homework.
Oh yes, of course. Sorry, your homework.
The excitement
is,
of Nicolas Cage.
I've actually got your homework sorted here. Your homework is a sci-fi, mind-bending, beautiful alien thriller.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Can I have to guess?
Nope. It's starring.
Prometheus.
It's starring Amy Adams. I love Amy Adams.
Oh, you do love Amy Adams.
Jeremy Renner and Forrest Whitaker.
Okay.
Yep.
Ooh.
It's directed by Dennis.
Villeneuve.
Yep. Before he did Dune.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And about the same time when he did Enemy,
Okay.
believe it or not, this film is called Arrival.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it's closest to one of the perfect highbrow sci-fi alien movies you're ever going to get out there. There you go.
Did you say the 2016 film?
I didn't say. I didn't give a
Is
year.
it the 2016 film?
Arrival.
Yeah.
Amy Adams.
Yeah.
Almost definitely.
Okay, so it is available on Netflix.
Yes.
Now TV if you have the subscription.
Mm-hmm.
Google Play, Amazon Prime, and Apple TV.
Everywhere. It's available
It's
everywhere.
everywhere.
You have no excuses.
I'll do my best to watch it. I might not be able to watch it for next week.
We shall see.
Yeah. If not, we'll have to postpone a week. But I'm just pre-warning.
He
you.
asks for homework and then he
I know.
tells me he can't.
He
do
tells
it.
you off for not
I mean,
doing
what's
homework,
all that?
and then he
I
says
kind of
he's
forgot I was
gonna
going away in holiday.
Yeah.
Sorry.
However,
What films are you watching next week?
over the weekend, I'm going to be watching the brand new film called Blink Twice.
2.
No, it's not.
That's
it's just
tomorrow
got-
you're watching that.
That's correct.
Yeah.
It's a Friday night.
Blink 4 times.
Blink Twice. Starring.
Josh Hartnett.
Starring. My name's
shucks.
Jeff.
I wish.
Channing Tatum.
Oh, okay.
Now, I haven't seen him star in a film for a long time. You know, lead role for a long time. He did a fantastic one, the Jungle one with Sandra Bullock, which was very, very funny. But she was a star in that, and obviously that was overtaken by Brad Pitt. He's done so many fantastic cameos over the last few years. I mean, amazing cameos.
And Borderlands.
And was he in
And
Borderlands?
Deadpool.
Yeah.
Channing Tatum?
Yeah, he was the card thrower.
No, that's Deadpool.
That's what I said.
You said
You said
Borderlands.
Borderlands.
He was Borderlands.
No, he was in Deadpool.
Oh, okay. I've watched too many films this year.
I've never seen his brain just like melt in front of me before. He was in Deadpool.
He was in Deadpool.
He played,
was.
yes, he played Gambit in
Gambit.
Deadpool. That's right. There
That's
are
what I said.
That's exactly what he said. There are rumours that they're actually going to make the movie for him.
Oh, yeah, no, they're not.
I hope not. Anyway, Channing Tatum. Very excited. This looks like it's going to be one of my movies.
Okay.
I'm very excited.
When does that awful American remake of Speak No Evil come out?
Next week, I think.
Do we have to see that? We've seen the good one.
You're seeing another film on Sunday.
Am I?
Yes.
What time am I seeing it at?
It's at 8:20, I think.
Okay, what is it?
Was that not the first question?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's Kneecap. It's the one we spoke about.
yes.
Was it last week or the week
The
before?
Michael
that was-
Fassbender movie.
Yeah, that was
yes,
screened on
the
Zeus.
Irish Michael Fassbender movie.
Yeah.
Very excited about that as well.
And
Either I forgot all about it.
What
Gambit.
time am I out?
Gambit is a currently unproduced American superhero film based on the Marvel Comics character of the same name.
Yeah.
It was intended to be an instalment of the X-Men film series before its cancellation. The film had been written by Josh Zentimer based on the story. But yeah, so it looks like it might be out in 2026.
What film was that, sorry?
Gambit.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I hope not. I hope not. There's no need for that at all.
My cards go boom boom.
How can people get in touch with us, James?
Well, they can get in contact with us via Instagram, via Facebook, or via email. YouTube. Well, they can watch on YouTube. They can get in contact with us via YouTube as well.
Okay.
Have a look at the YouTube. Look at our lovely smiley faces on YouTube. You can listen to our gorgeous voices on any streaming platform that gives you any podcast inside your head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We also have a brand new feature. You can send us a message via. I know definitely you can on Spotify.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Can they?
I need to double check Apple, etc., but wherever you get your podcasts. But if you click on the episode, it says send us a text message, and it comes through to us, and we can read it out to you.
Amazing.
I thought I'd surprise you boys.
You
with
can
that.
be the first one to get in contact with us via Spotify.
How exciting.
How exciting is that?
Very good. We better get one though.
Yeah, exactly. Lawrence, Leo, that's the one. Leo, send us a message.
Oh, he's not going to watch a movie this weekend, is he?
Oh, he might do.
I think he is.
Depending on the dodgy little cinemas where you're going.
Anyway,
Would you like to prepare us out? Popcorn Pundits, week
43.
43.
Getting my
Thank you
weeks
very
the
much,
wrong way
Nikki.
round, but that's okay.
Our fabulous producer.
This had better fucking recorded.
Yes.